Welcome to this comprehensive guide on understanding gluten. We will explore the science behind this common protein, how it impacts our health, and the practicalities of living gluten-free, covering everything you need to know. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of the Health and Wellness series. We begin with Chapter 1, Decoding Gluten. To understand why some people must avoid gluten, we first need a clear understanding of what it actually is. Let's start with the science. Gluten is a family of proteins found in wheat, barley, and rye. When mixed with water and kneaded, these proteins form a stretchy, elastic network, giving dough its characteristic chewiness. Essentially, gluten acts as a structural glue that helps baked goods rise and hold their shape. The main sources of gluten are wheat, barley, and rye. Wheat is the most common, found in a wide variety of everyday products. Barley is often in malt flavoring, beer, and stews. Rye is used in certain breads and cereals, and all three contain gluten that sensitive individuals must avoid. Gluten hides in surprising places, making label reading essential. Beyond bread and pasta, it can be found in sauces and dressings, processed meats, candies and flavorings, and even some medications and supplements. Always check ingredient labels carefully, as formulations can change. Chapter 2 asks, who needs to worry about gluten? While not everyone must avoid it, for a significant part of the population, a gluten-free diet is a medical necessity. Understanding the associated conditions is critical for making informed choices. Celiac disease is a serious autoimmune disorder. When gluten is ingested, the immune system attacks the lining of the small intestine, damaging the nutrient-absorbing villi. This leads to malnutrition and a cascade of health complications. Celiac disease affects about 1% of the global population. Celiac symptoms are highly varied, making diagnosis difficult. They include gastrointestinal issues like bloating, diarrhea, and pain, as well as non-gastrointestinal symptoms such as fatigue, brain fog, iron deficiency anemia, and skin rashes. Non-celiac gluten sensitivity, or NCGS, presents symptoms similar to celiac disease, like bloating and fatigue. However, NCGS does not involve the autoimmune damage or antibodies seen in celiac disease. Diagnosis involves observing symptom improvement on a strict gluten-free diet. It's important to differentiate these conditions. Wheat allergy is an immune response with immediate, acute reactions. Celiac disease is an autoimmune reaction causing intestinal damage. NCGS involves symptoms without intestinal damage or autoimmune markers. Management varies significantly between the three. Chapter 3. The gluten-free diet is a lifelong necessity for some. For those with celiac disease, this diet is not optional. It is the cornerstone of treatment. Understanding what this commitment entails is essential for long-term health. The strict 100% gluten-free diet is the only effective treatment for celiac disease, aiming to eliminate gluten completely. This allows the damaged intestinal lining to heal and prevents further harm. It is a lifelong commitment requiring constant vigilance and careful planning. Symptom relief can occur within days to weeks of starting a gluten-free diet. Nutritional deficiencies often correct themselves in months. However, complete intestinal healing and villi restoration can take 1 to several years. Trace amounts of gluten can restart the inflammatory process, so consistency is key. The temptation to cheat is real, particularly during social events. But even a crumb of gluten can trigger a full immune response, leading to intestinal damage and serious long-term health risks. Long-term adherence requires a support network, gluten-free alternatives, and educating those around you. Chapter 4. Is a gluten-free diet worthwhile for everyone? This diet has become immensely popular, far beyond those who medically need it. We will explore if it is truly beneficial for the general population, or if it's a therapeutic diet being misapplied. For individuals diagnosed with celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, a gluten-free diet is a medically prescribed necessity. Failing to follow it can lead to intestinal damage, nutritional deficiencies, and serious long-term complications, including certain cancers. Gluten-free eating has become a mainstream trend, but the science doesn't broadly support health benefits for people without celiac disease. Many feel better simply by eating less processed food. Conversely, gluten-free products are often expensive and can be lower in fiber, leading to nutritional gaps if not planned carefully. Gluten-containing grains are nutritional workhorses. Eliminating them without careful planning can lead to deficiencies. Watch out for a lack of dietary fiber. B vitamins like folate, B1 and B3, and minerals such as iron and zinc, as these are often fortified in wheat products. If you suspect a gluten sensitivity, See a doctor for testing before changing your diet. A registered dietitian specializing in celiac disease can help you navigate the transition safely. Self-diagnosing and self-treating can mask conditions and cause more harm than good. Chapter 5. Mastering the gluten-free lifestyle. Living gluten-free is a learnable skill. With the right knowledge, strategies, and tools, it becomes second nature. This chapter covers the essentials, from grocery shopping to dining out. Mastering label reading is your new superpower. Look for certified gluten-free logos. Watch for hidden ingredients like malt or malt extract derived from barley. Be cautious of modified food starch and cross-contamination warnings. The foundation of a safe, healthy diet relies on naturally gluten-free foods. This includes all fruits and vegetables, plain meats, fish and poultry, and most dairy products. Safe grains include rice, quinoa, and corn, while legumes like beans and lentils are also safe. The gluten-free market is booming, offering great alternatives. Look for breads and pastas made from rice, almond, or chickpea flour. Certified gluten-free oats offer safe breakfast choices, and specialty beverages like gluten-free beer are readily available. Dining out requires vigilance. Call restaurants ahead to ask about options and communicate clearly that your restriction is medical. Ask specifically about cross-contamination risk, and be careful with sauces and dressings. Avoiding cross-contamination at home is crucial. Dedicate equipment like toasters and cutting boards for gluten-free food. Clean kitchen surfaces thoroughly. Store gluten-free products above gluten items, and educate your entire household on safety protocols. Gluten hides in non-food products. For celiac patients, this requires extra caution. Check medications and supplements with a pharmacist. Be aware that cosmetics used near the mouth, such as lip balms, may contain gluten. Even some craft glues and religious wafers may pose a risk. Chapter 6 explores the future of gluten and health. Research continues to evolve, working toward better understanding, diagnosing, and potentially treating gluten-related disorders in new ways. Ongoing research is focused on improved diagnostics for celiac disease, and new drug therapies are in clinical trials. Efforts are also being made to better understand non-celiac gluten sensitivity and the relationship between the gut microbiome and gluten tolerance. Knowledge is your most powerful tool. Understanding gluten, where it hides, and how it affects different people allows you to make truly informed decisions about your health. A well-planned gluten-free diet can be delicious and deeply satisfying. For those with celiac disease, embrace the gluten-free life and seek professional support. If you are considering going gluten-free, get tested first and base your decision on evidence. The bottom line is that informed choices are always the best medicine.